Welcome everyone to this segment of Mountain Soda Garage. Today we're at the Edge Power Sports in Salt Lake City. That's a full-line Husqvarna, KTM, and Arctic Cat dealership. They're also a full-line Klim snow gear dealership. Today we're going to meet with Brandon, who's the Klim rep, and we're going to talk about the Klim monosuits and the Klim bibs and jackets for snow gear. All right, today we're here with Brandon from Klim. We're going to talk about Klim's two monosuits, the lock saw and the rip saw. Different features on both. Let's just talk about price-wise. Lock saws, how much, roughly?
So you're looking at between the two, you're going to be $899 on the lock saw, and you're going to be $649 on the rip saw. There's a difference in price, obviously, because there's a difference in features and benefits on each one of these. Biggest thing you're going to get out of the lock saw is it's a lot more durable. Just by the feel of it, if you go to your local dealer, you just feel it. It feels a lot more durable and a lot different than the rip saw.
So as you're banging off tree branches and other stuff out there, this is going to be more durable as far as getting scratches and scuffs and all that?
Correct. It's going to hold up a lot longer. It's going to just be a lot stronger material. The other cool thing is this is what we call a Pro Shell Gore-Tex. It's the top end Gore-Tex. It's actually 25% more breathable than this piece right here.
Okay.
So the Pro Shell Gore-Tex, it's more durable, more breathable. You also get a lot more vents on this one, so you have a lot more options to open it up, to cool off.
Okay.
Where on this one you don't have quite as many.
So if you're someone like me, when you're out riding real hard and you get real hot and sweaty, this one will breathe better to get that moisture off your body, plus the venting to help wick it away.
Correct. Yeah. So if you build up a lot of heat, you're very, very active, this piece is definitely great because you've got vents here in the legs where you don't have those on this piece. You got your arm vents, which are huge. You bring a lot of air in. You got your chest vents here, and then you have two exhaust vents out the back. Where on the rip saw, you've only got one vent. You can see it's just one single vent right there in the armpit, and it does open up pretty large, but it's just not as much venting space as on the lock saw.
What about fitment as far as belt, suspender, if you're tall or short on these, what do we have?
So on both of these, the regulars are actually considered a tall. We don't have a tall option.
Okay.
There's a regular and then there's a short. There's not a short in every single color, so you have to just look at what color you're interested in and then see. But there is a short in both options.
So if you say short, how tall would I have to be to consider a short or the regular version?
I would say anyone 5'10" and under would probably be interested in a short, but it just kind of is all preference at that point. But that's a pretty good starting point. Okay. I would say. Both great pieces. I mean, obviously, this price-wise at $649 is very, very competitive, and this would compete with any other one-piece suit on the market very, very well. And then this is just a whole nother level up. Okay. This one does have what we call a beacon pocket, which is really cool.
We're going to get a closer look at this.
It has a tether specific for your beacon, and then there's a pocket right here that you can put your beacon in. So the cool thing about that is it actually goes through the piece, and it has a belt, so it's actually secured to your body just as if you had your harness on, which is a really cool feature that only this piece has. The lock saw does not have that option. They both do have suspenders, as you can see on the inside. They've got suspenders that are adjustable. And then this one has suspenders that are adjustable as well. You do have capability to adjust the sides as well. So you can see there's a side adjustability on this one, where on the lock saw, it's actually got a belt that goes all the way around, and you have some stretch here. And so it's just a lot more streamlined than the rip saw.
So you can custom fit the lock saw.
Correct.
A lot better to your body more than you can on the rip saw.
Correct. And when you first put on the rip saw, it might feel a little bit stiff, but they loosen up over time, and obviously you're looking at durability. That's the biggest thing on that is the durability is huge.
Both pretty much have the same gaiter on the bottom.
So the gaiters are different as well. You've got a Velcro gaiter on the rip saw, so it's just a Velcro closure system with one button, where this closure system you have a zipper. And this is more of a neoprene material, where this is kind of just a polyester. So it is a little bit higher end material there, but for the most part, they both work really well.
And what is this little hook?
So this little hook is actually
There's two hooks. There's this one here on the gaiter, and there's this one on the pant.
Yeah, so this hook actually goes to your boot. So you can hook it to the bottom link on your boot. On all the Klim boots, we have a little hook there. And that's if you're walking in the snow, it doesn't pull this up. And then this, you actually run this through like that to hold the actual pant down as well. So not only is the gaiter held down, but your actual pant is held down to that hook. And so when you're walking in deep snow, it doesn't hike up on you like this.
Is this little pant hook, is that kind of new?
No, it's been around. I think just a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that on my last Klim one piece that I had.
It's kind of a hidden feature that's
right.
yeah, it's actually very convenient, but not a lot of people know about it.
All right, so that's the mono suits from Klim, 2 options. Now, do these come in an insulated?
They don't come in an insulated option.
All right. We're going to do another video on base layers, how you can get your insulation for warm or cool days on these. But why don't we move on to the jackets and the bibs. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Klim jackets to be worn with a bib. This is the top of the line, which is the Valdez. And then we go down to the, which one's this one?
Storm.
The Storm. And then that one is, and these, the differences is price-wise. Let's go over price real quick about what they are retail price for each jacket.
So the nice thing about Klim is we do have options kind of for everybody. Everyone always kind of complains like Klim is so expensive, right?
Right.
Well, we do have options anywhere from $329 jackets all the way to $600 jackets. So we can kind of go through a little bit of that so you can get an idea. We have a little something for everybody. But this jacket right here, the Valdez Parka, is all new this year. This is the very top of the line. It's made out of the same Pro Shell Gore-Tex that we saw on the one-piece lock saw. This one's going to be $599. When you jump down to the Storm Parka, you're going to be $399, $400, and then when you jump to the Tomahawk Parka, you're going to be $379.
Now, price difference on these, is it kind of similar to the mono suits to where it's going to depend how durable they are, how much venting there are, and how much you're going to be able to ventilate your sweat off and how?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct, yeah. So as the most expensive piece, obviously, it's the most durable, has the best ventilation. You can actually get ventilation up your sleeve. It's got a perforated sleeve on it. 25% more breathable Gore-Tex material on this one. This one also has a little bit longer tail, if you can notice here. It's got a slightly longer tail on it. And then when you jump down to this one, you're going down to $400. You can feel the difference pretty easily on the durability side.
Yeah.
But now you lose some of the ventilation as well. You notice there's no vents on the arms. You actually still do have a perforated sleeve, so you can get a little bit of air up your sleeve. And then this one has a removable hood. So removable hood, but you do lose a little bit of ventilation and durability for sure when you jump down to the Storm.
Now, I have a Valdez jacket from a couple years ago, and this one feels completely different than mine.
Correct.
As far as weight and also just feel of the material.
Correct. All new material. So this is a new material that we are using. This material, it's lighter weight, it's more durable, and it actually it just withstands a lot better to rips, tears, and any kind of abrasion. And that's just due to testing that we do and new materials that we try and develop. Obviously, just like snowmobiles, we want it lighter, faster, better.
Exactly.
We're trying to do the same thing, you know. We're really the goal of all of our outerwear for Klim is we want to enhance the experience of the rider. We only have so many days on the snow and so many options of those days to ride, and we want to make sure those days are good.
Right. I mean, just like you don't want a failure on your snowmobile, you definitely don't want a failure on your clothing when you get out there and you're too cold and you have to go back to the truck because you just can't make it through a day, and
For sure.
or you're too wet.
Yep. That's never fun at all.
So let's move the jacket. Let's move on to the bibs.
Okay. And your bibs are going to be kind of the same. You know, you've got the matching piece to the Valdez jacket is called the Toguti bib.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your Storm bib and you have your Tomahawk bib. So same thing. You're going to lose durability and a little bit of ventilation. So this one, you can see it's got vents right here. You've got 2 large pockets here. Where on this one now you don't have any vents, right? You feel the materials, they feel different. You can tell this one's just a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm.
In all of our bibs, we do have what's called the dry seat technology. So
What is that?
Inside of the bib, you'll notice when you put it on, especially, there's actually a fleece liner that goes right along the back where you sit.
Okay.
That makes it so it's just more comfortable, pulls moisture away from your skin, and that's kind of a Klim specific item that we do in all of our bibs.
Yeah. I bought this bib last year. I really liked it. I've stayed warm and dry all year. It was great. All the zippers and everything made it through the year, which they usually don't when I ride clothing in some of the rides we do and some of the trees and tough terrain we ride in.
Correct. Yeah, these hold up really, really well, and that's the hard part. Is a lot of times when we talk about this one, that's your $5.99, it is crazy, crazy durable, but we try not to make sure that doesn't take away from even our lowest end at $3.79. This piece still holds up very, very well, and it's durable. It's just it's kind of a good, better, best option, but compared to the competition, any of these other pieces would compete really good. The Tomahawk does have adjustability in the waist. So does the
Valdez?
Togedy.
Oh, the Togedy.
But another thing that we have is they all have knee pads in them. So every single one does have knee pads that come with it. So if you don't have your own, they are built in. And they are removable if you don't like them either.
Well, I want to thank Brandon for coming and just giving us a little idea what we're looking at when we go to buy snow clothing this year. All kinds of levels for different, it depends on what your price is, how much you want to spend. Everything's going to keep you warm and dry this year. Hope you guys get out in the snow and have a good snow year.
Thanks for having me.